Good morning everybody, welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great and welcome to this new video right here on XRP. Wanted to do a full update this Saturday, this early weekend. We'll talk about the technicals, of course. I'll try to go a little bit deeper into the technicals. There's some interesting things I think you need to know about, and I also wanted to talk a little bit about the fundamentals. I mean, I think next week we have a roundtable on crypto. Now that doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to get news regarding Ripple, but obviously we still have to get some sort of an update regarding the settlements between Ripple and the SEC that has been dismissed or has been rejected by Judge Torres. Which at some point of time we are going to get an update on that and how they will proceed, and just in general what's going to happen. At this point of time, I cannot tell you anything about that, right? I mean, I can speculate. I can do that very, very well, but there's nothing of truth I can say. But we can talk about some implications that could have for the price. And just in general, what we expect, what's most likely to happen from that rejection. But yeah, that's what we're going to be talking about. First of all, let's get to the technicals. So at this point of time, beautiful reaction right here at the value area low at 2.07. That's great, right? That's a beautiful indication of forming a local bottom. Outside of that, if you're interested in the details, then check out my Bitcoin video. But I think the Bitcoin price action has been incredibly constructive as well in forming a bottom. And that matters because XRP obviously is still very correlated to Bitcoin for about 72% over the last 24 hours. So no, technically everything looks good enough for stability for XRP. Do I expect some further moves up? It is possible. I mean, I think Bitcoin can rally up higher. I don't think XRP on its own necessarily has a lot of momentum. We did not gain a lot of leverage with this move up, which is good news, right? I mean, you don't want a bounce from support to be with a lot of leverage. Right from the get-go. You'd prefer that to be with spot or with short positions closing. So that's good. So ultimately, yes, I actually do think XRP can move up a little bit higher. But I think the best way to see it is as stability, right? Stability in this area where 2.07 functions as amazing support that will hold unless we get some sort of fundamental developments that are not good for the crypto markets, which is always a possibility. But that also means that, you know, within the same area is this area right here at 2.25, and it is possible that we move into that. I don't see any indication that we'll break above that. And then outside of that, if you take a look at, like I said, Bitcoin actually looks quite good to go a little bit higher. But outside of XRP not really having any leverage or any momentum of its own at this point of time. You can also see that XRP BTC, which broke out of the downtrend on Tuesday briefly, has also fallen back down into that downtrend or consolidation. On the 4-hour time frame, you could, I'd say, call this a consolidation. My apologies. So yeah, that's another sign that it's unlikely we're going to break out. But a move higher is definitely to be expected. And I think, you know, when we're looking at the XRP BTC and we're combining that with the potential fundamentals, I do think a move up for XRP is most likely within the next 2 months. I think at some point of time, XRP or Ripple, I should say, Ripple and the SEC will come to some sort of an agreement. I can almost, I can't guarantee it, but there's this willpower of both to create some sort of a settlement. Yet, yes, the judge has ruled in something else, but I still do think that they'll be able to find some sort of a way to make this work. You know, worst case scenario, Ripple does have to pay $100 million instead of $50 million. That would still relieve them of this weight of this lawsuit, which I still think can provide a good reaction in the markets. And if you combine that with the area that XRP BTC is getting to, which is a major support zone, as you can see, I do think eventually from this consolidation, potentially also after a move into $2 and 1.95, I think we can have a pretty aggressive move up. But for now, that is not expected, right? It takes a little bit longer, and we need some fundamental developments for that, I'd say. So for now, I'd say this is most likely, but that's I wanted to speak upon that Ripple SEC situation already a little bit. So hopefully that helps. Hopefully it's valuable for all of you, but for now at least, have a great weekend, and I'll see you all in my next videos. Thank you for watching, and bye.